In the land of Israel, under the scorching sun, the armies of Israel and Philistine faced off in the valley of Elah. The Philistines, with their might and armor, seemed invincible. For 40 days, the giant Goliath, over 9 feet tall, would challenge the Israelites, taunting them and their God. The Israelites cowered in fear, and King Saul, their leader, was paralyzed by Goliath's intimidating presence. Meanwhile, David, the youngest son of Jesse, arrived at the battlefield with provisions for his brothers. As he watched, he heard Goliath's mocking words and saw the fear in the hearts of the Israelites. David, filled with righteous indignation, asked the soldiers about the reward for defeating the giant. He was told that the king would grant riches, exemption from taxes, and his daughter's hand in marriage to whoever could vanquish Goliath. David's faith in God and his conviction that he would help him conquer the giant only grew stronger. When David's brothers tried to dissuade him from facing Goliath, he recounted his experiences as a shepherd, protecting his flock from lions and bears. He attributed his successes to God's protection and guidance. David's confidence stemmed from his relationship with the Lord, and he knew that the same God who helped him defeat wild animals would aid him against Goliath. Saul, hesitant at first, eventually agreed to let David face the giant. He offered David his armor, but it didn't fit. David chose instead to rely on his trusty sling and 5 smooth stones from the brook. As he walked toward Goliath, the giant laughed, thinking David was just a mere boy. Goliath cursed David, invoking the names of his gods, but David remained unfazed. He declared that he came in the name of the Lord Almighty, whom Goliath had defied. David proclaimed that God would deliver the Philistines into their hands, and the Israelites would know that the Lord saves not with sword and spear but with his power. The confrontation between David and Goliath was intense. Goliath, enraged by David's audacity, charged toward him. David reached into his bag for one of his stones, placed it in his sling, and hurled it with precision. The stone flew straight and true, hitting Goliath in the forehead. The giant fell to the ground, defeated. The Philistines fled in terror as the Israelites pursued them, claiming victory. David took Goliath's head as a trophy and brought it to Jerusalem. The Israelites celebrated their triumph, and David's fame spread far and wide. His encounter with Goliath marked the beginning of his rise to prominence in Israel. As news of David's victory reached the royal court, Saul's curiosity about David grew. He began to notice the young warrior's bravery and faith. Though Saul's own insecurities would later drive a wedge between them, for now, he was grateful for David's bravery. David's triumph over Goliath became a testament to the power of faith and trust in God. Despite the many challenges he would face in the future, David's confidence in the Lord remained unwavering. The story of David and Goliath serves as a reminder that even the most daunting challenges can be overcome with faith and trust in a higher power. The story continues with David's journey, filled with triumphs and struggles, but his encounter with Goliath remains one of the most defining moments in his life. David's courage in the face of overwhelming odds inspires generations to trust in the power of God. David returned to the brook, took the other stones, and reflected on the miracle that had occurred. He knew that the Lord was with him, guiding his steps and strengthening his heart. The stone that hit Goliath was not just a random stone but a symbol of God's providence. In the years that followed, David faced many giants, both literal and metaphorical. However, the lessons he learned in the valley of Elah stayed with him. He knew that his relationship with God was the foundation of his strength and that without it, even the mightiest of warriors would falter. The narrative of David and Goliath transcends its biblical context, speaking to people from all walks of life. It reminds us that courage is not the absence of fear but the willingness to act in the face of it. David's story encourages us to trust in something greater than ourselves, to have faith that the universe is not indifferent to our struggles. The valley of Elah, where David and Goliath faced off, became a symbol of the human condition. A place where faith and doubt, courage and fear collide. The outcome of the battle was never in doubt for David because he knew that the Lord was on his side. As the ages pass, The story of David and Goliath remains timeless. It reminds us that the size of the giant is irrelevant when we have faith the size of a mustard seed. The moral of the story is not that the underdog always wins, but that God is always with us, fighting our battles if we trust in Him. The Philistines, after their defeat, retreated to their cities, humbled and defeated. The Israelites, emboldened by their victory, pursued their enemies, reclaiming lost territories. David's victory had changed the course of history for the Israelites. The story of David and Goliath is often told to inspire faith and courage. It reminds us that we all have giants to slay in our lives. These giants may not be physical but could be fears, doubts, or challenges that seem insurmountable. David's example teaches us to face these giants head-on, armed with faith and determination. The encounter between David and Goliath also highlights the contrast between human perspective and God's perspective. While the Israelites saw Goliath as an unbeatable giant, David saw him as a mere mortal, vulnerable to God's power. This shift in perspective is crucial for overcoming the giants in our own lives. David's actions after defeating Goliath, returning to his sheep, continuing to serve his family and king, show his character. He did not let fame change him. Instead, he remained grounded, knowing that his relationship with God was the source of his strength. The story of David and Goliath has been depicted in art, literature, and film countless times, each iteration offering a unique perspective on this timeless tale. It continues to captivate audiences, offering lessons in faith, courage, and the power of God. The Valley of Elah, where this epic battle took place, remains a significant location, symbolizing the clash between faith and doubt, strength and weakness. The story that unfolded there is a testament to the enduring power of faith and trust in God. In the end, David's victory over Goliath was not just about the stone or the sling but about the unshakable faith he had in God. This faith allowed him to see beyond the physical realm and trust in a power greater than himself. The story of David and Goliath will continue to inspire generations, reminding us of the power of faith and trust in overcoming life's challenges. David's legacy as a leader and a man of faith continued to grow. His experiences, including his battle with Goliath, shaped him into a wise and courageous leader who trusted in the Lord. The story of David and Goliath serves as a reminder that with faith, all things are possible. The narrative of David and Goliath is more than just a story. It's a testament to the human spirit's capacity for faith, courage, and resilience. It encourages us to face our challenges head-on, trusting that with God's help, we can overcome even the most daunting obstacles.